Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're out at the range with a rifle I featured here on the channel before. This isn't necessarily the rifle I want to talk about. I want to show you an SBR that I've made from a pistol, but I want to start off talking about the Bren 805. The Bren 805 was developed in the Czech Republic as a replacement for their existing service rifles, and this was to take over as their primary military service rifle. This is actually going under some revisions right now, and it will be known as the Bren 2. It's actually in production and being sold to the Czech military and some other military forces around the world. I know a lot of you guys are going to ask me, when's the Bren 2 coming to the United States, which has been miscalled the 806 by some. The Bren 2 is not coming anytime soon, guys. That's what I've been told by CZ. They are so busy filling back orders for military and law enforcement contracts that we don't anticipate seeing the 806s that you miscall it, which is really the Bren 2, any time in the foreseeable future. I've been told definitely not in 2018. But the 805 was developed for the same role. The Bren 2 just makes some tweaks and changes to it, which definitely is an improvement. But this is a great rifle as it stands. This is very much like the FN Scar. This rifle I've talked about pretty much before in other videos. We even had the guys from CZ USA come out for a day, and they came up during a blizzard. It's snowing here a little bit, but it's definitely not a blizzard. And we got to shoot this rifle in full auto. I love the 805. It's a great rifle. It's a lot of fun. And I've done something really cool with my pistol, which was my first 805. I've turned it into an SBR and done some custom work to it. And that's what I want to show you this afternoon. Today we're just going to be shooting some Freedom Munitions 55 grain ball. This is their new stuff. If you guys would like to pick up some Freedom Munitions, they donate the ammunition to the channel, but we do have a discount code of 6%, and there's a code down in the description below. That code will get you 6% off anything in the store, and they carry other brands than just Freedom Munition brand ammunition. They carry a whole bunch of stuff, and it's good for 6% off anything. We get no financial incentives or kickbacks from the use of that code. It's just them saying thank you to our audience for supporting the Military Arms channel. And they donate this ammo to the channel. So I'm using some Lancer magazines, and this is a case that I just started using. It holds the 30-round loaded magazines in a sealable, lockable case, which is kind of nice if you just want to preload some magazines when it's warm and then bring them out into the cold. All right, so some 55 grain stuff. This is their newly manufactured ammo. And let's do some shooting with the FDE rifle, and then we'll get into showing you that little SBR project of mine. And she locks open last round fired. Very, very smooth shooting rifle, and it's built like a tank. I would say it's even more robust than the FN Scar that it looks so much like. Let's do some more shooting and check out that SBR. Well guys, this is my former pistol, which is now a legal SBR. And yeah, you'll notice it doesn't look quite like your average everyday 805 Bren that you would find here in the United States. That's because I've done some changes to it. First of all, you'll notice it has the original Bren style stock on it, which is not adjustable for length of pull, but it does fold along the side of the receiver. You'll notice it's also a gray color versus the black, and that's because Copper Custom Cerakoted the gun to look like the military Brens, which are in fact a gray color. So this looks more like the 805 that was submitted to the Czech military trials. Going forward, you'll also notice it has a flapper release 2-point locking system on its magazine. It looks more like an HKG 36 mag. That's because we've changed the magazine well on the gun. They offer the kits to change the magazine well out. It does require some gunsmithing. You have to drill a hole in your receiver to replace the magazine well that accepts standard AR-15 M16 magazines to accept the original Bren mags, which these are. And so you can buy the kit, comes with 5 magazines. Copper Custom can install the kit on pistols. And yeah, it's a really, really cool conversion. It really kind of completes the feel of the gun because now it's starting to look like and feel like its original 805 configuration that was used for the Czech military trials. So then I have an AFG up here. I've replaced the side rails with Midwest Industries M-LOK rails so I can put different accessories on there. On the muzzle, I have a muzzle device for a Griffon Armament can. We have a Paladin out here this afternoon. On top, we have One of my favorites, the Trijicon MRO, mounted via a quick detach low mount, Midwest Industries quick detach mount. I have the factory flip-up sights on the gun as well. You'll notice on this side, we've widened the markings of the gun so they stand out, and that's done in Cerakote. So overall, this is one of my favorite SBRs, if not my favorite SBR. We just got the MRO put on it. We've kind of sort of zeroed it this afternoon. It's ringing steel. It was shooting way right. We just kind of guesstimated it over. We should be pretty close to hitting center of the steel. And yeah, using a Savvy Sniper sling as well. You'll notice that this has regular strap sling mounts. Savvy Sniper does make standard strap slings that still uses their slider mechanism to extend and shorten the sling. And that's what I have on both of my Bren rifles. All right, let's do a little bit of shooting with this bad boy and show you what this thing looks like. I am so much in love with this gun. And she locks open. Buttery smooth. To change the magazine, we no longer have an AR-15 M16 style release here. We have the flapper, which you guys that use AKs and like them will really come to appreciate the magazine on this gun. I have one more magazine here loaded up with some Freedom munitions. As you can see, they're translucent magazines, so you can get a round count idea. And let's just do a magazine dump on the gun. Oh, these things run so smooth, guys. The action on these things feel like butter. I really dig the way this conversion came out. It's just a smart looking, really cool rifle. Let's put the suppressor on it and see how well that works. In my pocket, I have the Griffon Armament Paladin suppressor. This is a really cool suppressor. It is intended for 30 caliber rifles, but you can also use a 30 caliber can on a 5.56. I'm doing that because if you take a look at the muzzle, you'll notice that there's quite a bit more thread than what I have available to me on the muzzle device, and the end of the barrel is butting up against the inside of the muzzle device, and it's not perfectly concentric to bore. So I'm using a 30 caliber can that gives me a little bit more leeway so I don't get a baffle strike. The Paladin uses a coarse thread pitch and just screws straight on once you get the threads lined up, which there we go. Takes me a second. I'm special. All right, get the suppressor put on there. I'm going to leave my ears on, guys, because with this short barrel you're going to get quite a bit of pop off this can and out the ejection port, and it's probably not hearing safe. I haven't tested it, but just to play safe, I'm going to go ahead and leave my ears on. I'll still be shooting some of the standard 55 grain Freedom munition stuff, and let's see how this gun runs. Now keep in mind, these guns don't have a suppressor setting. They have a high and low cycle. They have a standard gas port setting, then for adverse conditions you can turn the gas up a little bit. I have it on its most restricted setting, which is about as close as I'm going to get to a suppressor setting. All right. Let's see if this affects point of impact at all. Looks like it's still mostly on. Yeah, a little bit off. I think I need to do a little bit more adjusting on this red dot sight. And she locks open. And it doesn't feel like it has that much more recoil. The bolt comes to rest and locks open nice and gently. That's a cool little setup. Now, this thing with its silencer is about the same length as the rifle, but you have a suppressor. That's pretty darn cool. Now, again, you'll notice the stock on this one is non-adjustable for length of pull, but if we take a look at the stock that comes on the US civilian model, you have an adjustable length of pull, a removable cheek comb, razor, or riser I should say, in case you want to use magnified optics like I am, but you can also fold this one to the side. I would say that this stock is a little bit more practical in terms of utility, given its adjustable length of pull, but if you're using an optic like this Trijicon with the backup sight, you're going to run this stock in its fully closed position because that short eye relief, even then, this is where my eye needs to be to have full field of view in that optic. So there's really no need for me to extend the stock, which is, you know, something that you can do, you know, set your rifle up for your own preference. You can delete this rear sight, move this Trijicon back a little bit, or you can just leave it there and run it in the collapsed position, which is what I do. So let's take a look at the two rifles side by side and point out the differences between the two. On top I have the SBR, and what you're going to get with the SBR kit is a magazine well and 5 of these magazines. Now once again, you will have to have gunsmithing performed to put this magazine well on. It keeps your original trigger group, you just have to swap out the front end of it, and this is the one that you're replacing. So you can see the differences between the two. This one has the AR-15 style mag release, this one's more slab-sided, and it has the AK style flapper release on it. So that's what you get. Now the stock that I have on here, I had to source myself to find an original 805 Bren stock. This is the stock that comes with the SBR kit if you want to buy an SBR kit from CZ USA to turn this pistol into an SBR. It does not include the magazine conversion kit, okay? So you'll get a shorter barrel and this stock. All right, this is just the standard configuration 805. I've changed nothing on it. You'll see that it has its original factory rail panels here. This is not intended to be M-LOK. These are M-LOK rails that I put on this one from Midwest Industries. And you have a standard 1913 pick rail across the bottom there, which is where I've put the AFG on the other gun. And then you have your pick rail on the top. So this is pretty much factory original without the, if you don't count the optic that's on here. That's how you would get it. The sling and the optic is basically what I've added to it. And again, it runs standard AR-15 magazines, which includes pretty much anything that'll run an AR-15. So me, I like authenticity, and that's why when I did my SBR build, I wanted it painted gray, and I wanted the magazine conversion kit when I found out they were available, because for me, this is the ultimate in the 805. You know, opinions may vary.
When CZ came out to shoot with us in that blizzard, and that was a great day shooting the machine gun versions of these. But these things are pretty neat nonetheless. Just shooting some dirt down there. Oh, that is so smooth. I mean, these things just feel like they're on ball bearings. Very cool.
I always get asked two questions. First of all, does it take Glock magazines? Why, yes, of course. It does not. It takes 805 magazines. Secondly, how well does it 80s hip fire? Well, let's find out. It's an A+. So, yeah, it 80s hip fires perfectly. So the natural second battery of questions I will probably get is how well does the 805 full-size non-SBR 80s hip fire? Well, we're going to find out right after I tell you if it takes Glock magazines or not. Well, of course not, guys. It uses AR-15 magazines. Let's see how it shoots. I love these guns. Yeah, it 80s hip fires perfectly. I'll take them both. I hope you guys enjoyed coming out to the range with us this afternoon and doing a little bit of shooting with my Bren 805 SBR. It's taken me a while to finally get around to building it the way that I wanted it built. I have known for quite some time that CZ USA was selling the magazine conversion kits so you could use the Bren 805 magazines in the gun. I finally got off my duff, ordered the kit, and then had the guys at Copper Custom paint it gray so it looks proper, and then I had them install the magazine kit onto my pistol. We can do that for you guys. If you would like to pick up an 805 magazine conversion kit for your pistol, your 805 pistol, you can pick it up over at CZUSA.com's website, or you can pick it up from Copper Custom. We should be getting some in, and we can do that conversion for you on your 805 pistol. Also, if you'd like to support us at the Military Arms Channel, guys, another great way to do that is just to simply shop at coppercustom.com. We have a lot of great products at great prices, plus anything you buy in the store, no matter how small the item, including a Mac patch, you can get a 1-year free membership to Gun Owners of America, which helps fight for your Second Amendment rights. They're no compromise. They're never going to stab us in the back. And yeah, consider doing that. Any purchase whatsoever, just add it to your cart at checkout. It won't add anything to your total, and accept that free 1-year membership. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for 10 years of support. I can't express how grateful I am to you guys for sticking with us for 10 years. Let's hope that we can celebrate our 11th year anniversary here next year, because YouTube and gun channels don't seem to get along so well. But for now, we're here, and we're not going away without us being drug out, kicking, and screaming. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support, and we'll talk to you soon. Yep, I love it. It's mine. It's not going on the auction site. Sorry, guys.